Alright, let's get started. Bring in the lambdas and we'll do some setup for the phone. So we'll say lower care sequence, 26 letters starting at 65. Alright, so then that's going to be the uppercase, lowercase. So we'll start with just inputting the numbers manually. There may be a better way to do this, but it's not that long, so just do it manual. And 0 for space, and then asterisks for the symbols. We have exclamation, question mark, comma, and period. And then I'll go ahead and do the uppercase. And this will be equals number sign. And these guys. Copy paste values. Okay, so now we'll call that out, call this in, make a table, and let me add one more column called code to get that. Okay, let's get started. So we want to look up in, return out. Next one, we want to look up out, return in. You can see there's an error here because the way I put in the spaces. I'll just change the input there. Okay, on this one we're going to deconcat, then wrap this in code, and then look up the code. Returning in. Text join. And we're good. Alright, next. Same thing. Actually, same answer, since we already have our caps in there. Okay, for this one, now we're going to do short codes. Let's take out the join, and this just gets the chunks of segments of key presses. So we'll use a let, and then we'll just say handle the caps. So I want to say what? Let's concatenate, and then let's say if the left character of T is hashtag, then start with a hashtag, otherwise blank. And then we want to know if it's a number, is number value right T. If it's a number, then return the right character. Otherwise, just return the character. And then lastly, for capitalization, so if it's all caps, we need to do something different. So let's say if and exact. So if this equals upper, so if the caps are the same, and if there's at least one character, like a letter. So I'm going to say a regex extract, do F, and pattern is /W. So if there's at least one letter in there, then close exact. Then what we want to do is add 2 pound signs and substitute all the single pound signs away into nothing. Otherwise, okay, if it's not a number at all, then just return that. That's it. Let's see. That looks good. Okay, and then we'll do short. Make this a lambda. Mark. Save lambda. Okay, so now we need to go to the vocabulary words and assign each of these a short value. These are the digits that represent the short form. I'm making that W. Okay, and then we want to find for each of these which word matches the digit pattern. So I'll say XLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, and we'll do a reg extract on just the digits. So that's going to be /D. We need to concatenate. Concat. Return them all. And then we're going to look up in W returning words. There we go. Got all the words. Okay. Now, with the words, we'll say let keys this, no caps equals substitute keys, double pound, nothing. Okay, chunks. I want to separate each group of key presses. So we'll say reg extract, no caps. The pattern I'm going to use is hashtag, could be 0 or many, no, 0 or 1 really. But yeah, star will do. And then /digit, we're only going to have one digit in each pattern. Or with a pipe, we're going to look for asterisks, and I put that in brackets so that it doesn't use it as an escape or this wildcard. And then let's see, stars. How many of these do we want? It has to be at least one, so we want a plus sign instead of a star. So that's good. Let's test it out. Chunks. Okay, that didn't work because I didn't put return all groups. Okay, so this has worked. You can see that it's capturing not only the digits, but it grouped all the asterisks together just the way we wanted. Okay, so now the thing is look, I'd like to be able to compare each letter of the word against the symbol, but the word is shorter than these if there's any symbols in there. So I need a way to track which letter I'm going to put in which position. So the way I'll do that is a scan. So I'll say Cairnum. We'll scan starting from 0. And what am I going to scan? I'm going to scan the values of chunks to see if it's numerical or not. So I'll just say is number value right of chunks, and then sum to get a running total of all the values. So just to check that out, this is exactly what we expect. It repeats at 9. If the symbol was earlier on, it would skip that number. So basically we have the which character to grab for each spot if we want to insert the characters from this word. Okay, so now we'll say pre-caps, before we do any capitalization. It's going to be if is number value right chunks. If it's a number, then we're going to insert the letters from the word, but we need to check for capitalization now. So we're going to say if then left chunks equals £. We'll do upper, and we're going to pull mid, this one right here, We're going to pull that, and we're going to insert charnum for one character. Close upper. So if it's uppercase, we'll do that. If it's lowercase, we'll do that. If it's neither one, then I want to take the asterisk and look up that value in the table. So it'll be in and returning out. And that's pre-caps. Alright, last step is to handle all caps. So if left of keys 2 equals pound, then do upper pre-caps, otherwise pre-caps. And we should concatenate that. So let's test that out. It looks pretty good. Good. Okay, so I'm gonna call this short to string and create a lambda out of that. So mark that as our input, save lambda. Now for the last question, it's just the same problem, only it's 3 words that are separated by zeros or a space button. So we can say equals, let's see, split that based on 0. We're going to map each of these values to the short string lambda that we just made, and then join these like that. It feels like we're wrong with the dash here. Why do we have a dash? Oh, this should wrong concatenator. Okay. Now there's one problem with this. Oh, I forgot. Okay, so we need to also check for the all caps. So the all caps before was just based on a single word in the lambda, but in this case, like on this problem, like right here, if it's double caps, it needs to apply to all the words, not just the first word. So we'll say if left that 2 equals pound, then do upper of this, otherwise that, and that should be our answer for everything. Good. Okay. Bonuses. What is the on the 1 key? Well, the 1 key is here. It's got a little, I don't know, face. Kind of looks like. All right. What is the sum of the corresponding short codes? Okay. So going back here, we just want to sum up the individual digits. So sum value deconcat. No problems. Sum that up. 4298. Okay, letter by letter, use long form, and then which word has the 5th highest sum of the long form letter codes. Okay, so equals rank by, well, let's do it over here. So I'm going to deconcat this code, give the lookups into the table. So code, and we want to know the in. So those are the values. We need to sum them up by row. So copy and paste those down. And then using this, find the 5th highest value. So rank by is a name lambda that I have. Words 5. Okay, settings. What is a short form code? Okay, so we already have our lambda that we can use for this question. Equals short. That. Right, how many key presses would have been saved? So here we need to calculate key presses. So we'll say the length of this, and then the length of the short version. No, wrong cell. And the difference between the two. Okay. Notice the errors out if we're using symbols. My lambda for the shortcode didn't contemplate single characters or single symbols, so this is always going to be 0 in the case of symbols. So I'm just going to wrap this around is error 0. No, I'm sorry, if error 0. And that'll be fine. Let's copy these down, but this time we have to swap the short and the long. Okay. And here, the logic's still good, except we have to sub out. Oops. We need to sub out the dashes. The dashes don't represent true keystrokes, so we'll just substitute those. And level 4. Shouldn't need to change anything on this one. So now the sum of all of this says 279, which is not correct. I'm off by 2. What could it be? Let's see if I can catch it quick enough here. Symbols being wrong are 0. Oh, there's a -2 here. Why is there a -2? Because of this one problem. Okay. So this is just going to be 1. I'll manually fix that. And that should lead to 281. Okay. 281. Done.
I'm Excel Gladiator, and my goal in creating this video is to help people level up their Excel skills, as well as grow the world of Excel esports. If you want to help me do that, please like and subscribe, drop a comment, or check out one of these other videos.